Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. I hope you guys are having some great golf. We're nearing the end of the season for a lot of you folks that are up north. I'm getting some people telling me they're starting to deal with some snow flurries and what have you. So hang in there. The winter season's coming. The last intensive was so fantastic, but I've been taking a break since then because I've been having some back trouble. I've really been blessed during the course of my swing evolution that I haven't really had much back trouble other than maybe sleeping on a weird bed. But I'll tell you, a couple months ago, I started to move into some territory that gave me great confidence. You may recall I was like getting so fired up because I was starting to shoot some pretty good rounds because I was really pounding my driver and picking lines, and I was doing, the roll back, putting the club into the chute, pulling it down behind me. And I was really, really digging it. But I'll tell you, what came along with it was a little bit of back trouble. Yeah, I've been having a pretty sore back, I hate to say. And I did some investigating, and it looks like the modern swing has kind of crept back into my body. Now, my definition for the classic swing versus the modern swing is the classic swing you allow your lead heel to rise off the ground like Jack Nicklaus or Bubba Watson. The modern swing, both feet stay planted like a Jason Day, or even Rory McIlroy. Now, McIlroy has a lot of hip rotation, which is a hallmark of the classic swing, but he keeps a closed kinetic chain. When both your feet are on the ground connected and you can leverage them both, that's a closed chain. So when I let my left heel rise, then that takes pressure off of my back, and I can't leverage the club until both feet are back down. So it allows me to get deeper into my transition before I really leverage the club. And I think that over time, it puts a little less stress on your back. So let's take a look back at my golf swing over the last couple of months to see what's going on and where I could have potentially been putting extra stress on my spine. And just to let you guys know, MSC Fitness is coming out. If you're on my mailing list, you're going to get a discount offer of 25% off, so you can sign up at myswingevolution.com. Okay, guys, this is my swing on August 2nd. Nice little smooth classic swing here. And this is just before I started this new path down, going after the rollback and the chute and really pulling the club down behind me. Now, both of these swings look pretty good, but I'm trying to investigate how I hurt my back. I'm not very happy with what's going on with my back. I've never really had much trouble with it throughout my swing evolution. And I've always, it's been the classic swing where I'm allowing my left heel to rise, which is a hallmark of what I consider the classic swing to be. But right about this time, I started fooling around with some more modern types of swings. So in this period, in this red shirt, is the first time I realized I started to really hold my left heel down. And you'll see I've got a little bit of a janky follow through here. But I'm really leveraging into the ground. And that's the one thing about the modern swing is you can't leverage into the ground until you have a closed kinetic chain. And by keeping both feet planted the whole time, I can really put a lot of leverage on that club. You'll notice much earlier in the swing. Now I do feel like I'm rotating fine. I'm getting through this ball. Little janky finish here. But this is the beginning when I first started to notice it. So this is me out on the golf course. There's a small heel lift there. I'm not even thinking about this modern swing stuff yet. But this is another session just a few days later. Let's notice my left heel. Yeah, it's staying pretty much planted, which allows me to already leverage the club earlier in the downswing. I have to be really careful to not gas it too much, but my back looks, yeah, even though my hips are clearing, I see that J in my back, which, you know, kind of like Tiger. I do not want to have a hurt back because I can't play golf. It's a pretty good looking swing here. I have a slight lift of my heel. So I'm not consciously trying to keep my feet planted. It just crept into my golf swing. So that's why I'm doing this little investigation right now. This is me in a skins game, so I'm really going after this, trying to make a, well, shoot, I had like a little eagle putt here, like 12 feet. But I just pounded that ball. So I like that when I am swinging hard, that I'm allowing that left heel to rise. Both my heels got a little, I'm really going after it. I'm throwing that club head as hard as I can. Okay, so this is when I started to really groove this swing. And this is a nice slow motion swing. And, yep. So let's watch this in its entirety. That left heel isn't coming up at all. Yeah, I was really getting ready for my trip to Marion and Winged Foot. And this swing, I think it looks pretty darn good. But that left heel, it just makes me worry about my back. You know, because, you know, if you hurt your back, there's so little that you can do. There's so many problems with it. Yeah, here that heel's hardly coming up at all. But this is, let's see, I'm really going after these drives here. So this is my last session before I went to New York. This is the high arm swing that I talked about. And I was really trying to think like Jack. So I let that left heel rise up. This is probably a pretty good way for me to go. It looks like my rotation is pretty good with my hips. I need more hip depth always. That's my El Guapo I have to work on. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to lifting my heel. That's what I've done the last time I went out, and it's just what I have to do because, again, I just have to make sure that my back is safe. So I hope this is instructive for you guys. I hope you don't have any trouble with your backs, but I hope you keep your spine healthy. And that's going to be a part of the new MSC fitness video. I'm going to be talking about how to really work your spine and get some range of motion flexibility back into it. So I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. I used to have a pretty ugly golf swing, and now I've got a really good golf swing. I got rid of my slice, picked up 50 yards, cut 10 strokes off my game, and I've even been on the Golf Channel. If you want to find out how, go to myswingevolution.com.